Welcome to Unlimited Parenting. This is a show where we talk about what it's like to raise children with disabilities and or special health care needs. My name is Allison, and with me today are Melissa and Sarah, and today we are going to talk about generational parenting differences. I think that's what, the title we agreed on.
Okay.
But it's also just parenting.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, so everybody...
Because you're young and we're old, is that what? I think that's how it got started.
I think so.
For real.
I think
The audience doesn't know, but we're recording this on my birthday. So if the two of you could be kind to me.
All of that to say that my birthday is in 10 days where I will be 10 years older than you. So I feel like you need to be more.
Are you looking forward to being 56?
As much as you were looking forward to being 46.
Oh,
So,
just kidding. She's going to be 46.
okay.
And if you can do math, then you can figure out.
I can do math. So then you can math. Wait.
Well, that says a lot about our parenting. Can you do math?
It does. I
abacus in my day.
Okay, but really,
Sarah used an abacus.
she still does. She has an abacus app on her phone. She doesn't go to the... No. Just,
What?
I take my beans.
I mean,
1, 2.
I'm sure there is an app for that.
there's an app for everything.
Abacus app.
Why would one need that?
No.
But okay.
Well,
I
no
don't.
accountants like them.
An abacus?
Yeah.
You're so full of it right now. Accountants use abacuses. Abacusi. Yeah, someone get Candace in here.
I'm sorry, accountant lady. Oh,
On behalf of all financial directors, come in here and talk to us. Okay. Really, though, the intention behind this podcast was that we were in my office having a casual conversation. And of course, those are always the best ones. And then about halfway through it, I was like, someone needs to push record.
yeah.
So then we tried to pause it. And now we're all coming back together to try to figure out
What we were talking.
what we were really in it.
It was a very organic conversation, so we're gonna try to
And those are the best
reorganify
ones.
that.
So I reorganify.
She's contemplating if she can remove that.
No, I was thinking, I think that's what Dr. Frankenstein thought he was doing to his monster, reorganifying. You sound like Mary Shelley right now.
Well,
Oh, there we go.
I fell asleep watching it.
She was busy on her abacus app. She was like, if this movie says it's 120 minutes and we've gone through 40 minutes, how much time is left
Beans over to this side.
until I can go back to watching The Wizard of Oz?
That's right.
Okay.
Okay, so I know for sure that we were talking about how when you're little, you're like, I'm going to raise my kids so different
Yeah.
than how I'm being raised right now. And I know that we were talking about a story where I wouldn't say it backfired on me, but it was almost like, ooh, has the pendulum swung too far the other way? That's what I remember. I remember that we were talking about how I was concerned that potentially I was coddling my children because all three of my children have such really high emotional intelligence.
Very, very much.
Like they can tell you what they're feeling, when they're feeling, how they're feeling, what got them there. They're very much intellectualizers of their emotions, which of course is something that they learned from me.
Yeah.
So if you were to say, where does this anger feel in your body? They wouldn't really know, but they would be able to tell you where the anger started. My children can do the ABCs of their own behavior.
Right. Which I said, there ain't no way that my kids are doing that. My kids weren't raised with the same kind of emotional intelligence. I raised them to be very independent, but it was almost like, you do this, you go.
You got
You
it.
got it.
And that's when I realized, sure, my kids have high emotional intelligence, but they are so low on the resilience scale.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't have
That's
any.
what we were talking about. And I was like, I think my kids can pull themselves up by their bootstraps, but they probably aren't as, well, I know they're not as emotionally intelligent. Like we couldn't have those conversations as
No.
open and freely as you
No,
know.
they go in the room and shut the door and
Yeah.
don't come out. We don't talk about
Yeah.
that.
But there's also a lot to be said about, I mean, maybe I would rather my kids be emotionally resilient. I don't know. I always saw it as kind of like a linear thing. Like first you become emotionally intelligent and then you become resilient.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I always saw it as like a stepping stone. It was never both things can be true.
Oh, I see what you mean.
At the same time. So I was like, first, you have to teach them how to talk about their emotions and how to understand their emotions, and then they can be resilient. And I've slowly started to realize that I don't know if it's learned helplessness in the sense that they don't have to do it because they know that mom or dad or brother or whoever will do it for them. But is it that?
Yeah, I mean, even though we have very different generational differences, I still think that my kids have a lot. That line was kind of starting to form where I started to do a little bit more and more and more. But like, if you think back, like we didn't do anything. We did it for ourselves. We went to our friend's house. We knocked on the door. We said, "Can so-and-so play?" Or we called the house phone.
Right.
I mean,
Oh, the trauma.
Well, we were never taught how to do that.
right.
We
You
just
just
did.
did it. You just did it.
Right.
You just watched your older brother or something do it one time, and then you did it. And our kids need so much more coaching now. And I don't know if that's just because we never empowered. I didn't necessarily empower them that much. I did a lot of scheduling for them. Like, okay, well, here's your play date and we're going to be here at this time. And I didn't ever empower them to do a lot of that themselves. I don't know if.
But do you, and I know that this is slightly off topic, but do you ever also kind of wonder that the society, that the community that we've set up hinders that as well?
Yes. And okay, my husband and I were talking about this weekend, and that's funny. I guess this kind of makes sense. We weren't even doing it on purpose. Nowadays, it used to be back in my day, back in the day, you would go out and other parents would parent you as well.
And you're talking about the mid-'80s at this point.
I'm saying the mid-'80s.
Okay.
Well, I remember going places and other adults would almost parent you. I remember walking in a restaurant one time and I had a hat on and someone said, "You need to remove your hat inside the building." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah. So it's almost like the
way that just triggered me, like, don't even talk to my child.
Exactly.
Right.
But why?
Does that now?
Where does that come from? Why do I immediately want to go, don't talk to my kid? Where is that coming from?
I don't know. It's that,
right?
I don't know where.
Don't talk to strangers kind of thing.
Because what you're describing is helpful to me. Someone is helping me reinforce what I'm trying to teach my child. But why do I immediately bristle?
But sometimes they're also giving you help telling your kids other social norms that maybe it's not something you've ever talked about at home. Like, we don't wear a lot of hats. So my kids might not necessarily know that they need to take their hat off when they go walk in a building. We don't wear a lot of hats. But do you know what I mean? You're now only really privy to what you're told at home and it is that divide. I don't know what happened.
But it's so weird that you say that, and then we can also say, well, they've got the whole world in the palm of their hand. Like, they can see all the cultures, they can do all the things.
But do they? I don't know what information they're accessing. And that's the other shit.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
generational. Like, we were unplugged.
That is,
Now I know exactly where my kids are.
Right. I know we were when it was our turn, or we were their age, sun came up, you ate your cereal, you were out and feral until and I know that's so cliche, but I think that's partly where that resilience, that emotional resilience, and that
no, but I've heard you tell stories about being on your porch.
But it's just like, that's just how it is. Like, you dealt with the world as it was coming at you, and adults were nowhere to be found because they were either working or they were doing their own adult things. And it was like the children were the children.
Yeah.
And, and so maybe that is partly where the society felt the need to everyone raising everyone's kids. Like, I remember going to my friend's house and walking in the door. I don't even think we knocked anymore.
Right.
You just walk in and say, "Hey, Mom," and she had food. Like, everywhere you went, you were taken care of, feral or
Everybody helped everybody.
Everybody
else
helped
out,
everybody.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We always had a house, someone's house.
We're almost scared to do that now.
I was just about to say, it's funny that you say that because sometimes neighborhood kids will come into my house and I'm like, you can have whatever you want. But then I immediately go, oh my God, like, do you have an allergy?
Yeah.
Am I messing up your dinner time meal? Is your mom going to come over and be like, hey, you know, we don't do processed food? Because in my mind, I would just be like, thank you. I'm sure my kid just walked right into your pantry and took some things, so I'm just going to say thank you.
Yeah.
But I'm always so worried about someone's going to read what I'm doing as bad intentions, but
Yeah.
what am I like, would you really want me to go, hey, look, I know you're hungry, but no.
Right.
Right? Never.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I think we don't. I think
I'm scared.
exactly.
Yeah. We're at this like defining moment, and and you don't want to parent other people's kids because everybody has such different feelings and beliefs, and in a
And even if we're just talking about disability, even within the disability circles of community, there are so many different feelings on so many different types of diagnoses, and don't do this, but do that.
I guess when I say parent people's kids, like I would never spank another
Oh,
kid.
no.
Or I would never put another child in timeout or something like that.
Yeah, or I don't even think I could raise my voice at someone else's kid.
You know, and my husband's like, this is literally what I spend my entire day doing almost, is giving other people's children. You know, he's in a school. He's a big behavior guy. So he's kind of lending, I think, maybe youth of today.
Manners. I think it was basic manners. It's not like we were getting scolded or taught or, you know, like, here come our family reads the Bible, so we're going to go. It was It was truly just those basic, you know, you remove your hat when you're in the building. That's a manner, and that comes from a generation of our parents' parents.
Yeah.
That's just the way that they pass that on, and just manners of saying please and thank you, and you know, those types of parenting per se.
Don't you think it made you feel like it made talking to adults easier? That's what I see my kids struggle with. Even my 20 and 18-year-olds, sometimes they still struggle with that adult.
They don't know how to
encounter those adult encounters. Like, what am I supposed to do? What do I say? What do I, right? Like,
yeah.
Do you feel that way? Your kids are a little bit older than 20 and...
Some, they do pretty well talking to older people, like, my friends and adults and their bosses and things like that. But we all raised our children together. So my best friend and her kids, we all grew up together, raising each other's kids and growing up as parents together. And so it was fairly easy for them. Now talking to their teachers, maybe not so much. It just depends, I guess, what context we're in. But out in the public and in the wild, they didn't have a problem saying please and thank you. I had them, you know, we taught them how to order from a menu.
Right. I remember
on
that.
their own.
that would devastate my kids.
For my daughter. Like she was so shy. And about when she was 5, she's my 20-year-old right now. We're like, you gotta do this. You gotta do this for yourself. And she would just,
when she was 5,
she wouldn't want to order. Yeah. So when she was 5, we started making her order and have her own voice.
My 10-year-old can't.
I know, and it was scary for her. It was so scary, and I don't want to eat. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, he starts crying. He would rather not eat than place an order.
So then we started with just simple things like you point at it on the menu. You know, like start with these baby steps. And now, I mean, she goes out to eat all the time, but it took a long time. It took a really, really long time for just her to have that. And I don't know.
I mean, I guess we can relate that back to self-advocacy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those skills. I mean, we talk about it at the doctor. Like I was having my kids talk to the doctor a long time, like as early as we could.
See, and that's something that I didn't do well. I scheduled everything up until the last moment of their being 18, and then the minute they turn 18, Mom can't do any of that anymore. And so I did kind of a disservice to my adult children by not giving them more.
When were you making your own doctor's appointments?
I probably, out of college, like the minute I turned 18,
Yeah, same.
actually probably earlier.
As soon as I got a car. I made all of my own doctor's appointments. I'm talking to OBGYN,
Wow.
Yeah, see,
child checks, dental appointments. I made all my own appointments, drove myself there and said, like, put it on my mom's card.
yeah.
I can't imagine my children doing that.
No.
Right.
And it's not that I'm like, oh, that's such a great skill for me to have. It didn't really serve me that well. Sure, I could go and do my own thing, but it didn't. I don't think that taught me.
It was independence, but just under the,
It
you
almost
got yourself there on your own.
I mean, like, no hate to my mom, but it almost felt like it was just like one less thing she had to worry about.
Right.
So she loved it because it was almost like she loved it not because she thought it was teaching me something, but because it took one more thing off her plate. And I feel like that's kind of what parenting was for a while, is how do I teach you skills so it takes one more thing off my plate?
Isn't it?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if
Because you're taking it off of our plate and putting it on their plate. You're teaching them that independence, right? So if you're not making their doctor's appointment, you're empowering them to.
The feeling
make
was
theirs.
almost to you felt like, okay, she can do it. Now I don't even have to worry about that anymore. Like,
you don't need.
not in a way like,
Oh, yeah. But then it was like, there was no like check-in either. There was not like, hey, you know, you made your, yeah. It was like a wash your hands of it.
You were independent just to be independent, but then you still needed that support of like, okay, did it go okay? Is there any fault?
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, did the pendulum swing too far the other way?
Yeah.
That now am I just like...
So I think, I don't know, for me, it was very much just like that. Like, here you go, you're an adult, good luck.
Yeah.
And I still to this day don't tell my mom when I go to the doctor. I don't tell my mom like how the doctor went unless there's like I'm pregnant. Or,
Unless you have meningitis and you show up at her door.
Sure, that, that did happen. And she was able to help me through that
but
one.
that's generational from our parents.
That is very generational.
They still don't tell us if they go to the doctor.
Exactly.
Anything is wrong. They could be on their deathbed and they're like,
1,000%. Or I didn't want to tell you.
Bother you.
I didn't want to tell you this on your birthday weekend.
Yeah, I have been guilty of that. But then if I know my kids are going to the doctor, I'm like,
what's the matter?
Pounding them. How are you? What did I say? Did you get any medicine? Absolutely in their business. So I think that's that generational shift that I have made, is to ensure that I am nosier. I guess.
And then if something's wrong with you or our spouses, that we're also setting that example.
Yeah.
Like reaching out to our kids and saying, hey, I went to not for every little hangnail or anything, but like, hey, dad had to go to the doctor. Everything's fine. Just wanted you to know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hey, we're never going to get hit.
But this isn't supposed to be like a shame session either. Where
Heavens knows.
It's just, we were just talking about how
different we all are, even though that I'm only 10 years younger than the rest of you guys.
And it's still so different.
Yeah.
And do you think that social media has made this better or worse?
Oh, absolutely worse.
I don't know. I think it's really interesting to see how I think there's something really cool about seeing how everybody does things.
Sure. Yeah.
And then you can see yourself in other people and be like, oh, like, look, here's a mom who's dealing with a child with autism with really severe behaviors. Like, she's hanging in there just like I am. But
so I would say from a parent perspective, it's made it better because you feel like you're not alone, especially from a disability world.
Yeah.
Then on the flip side, from the kids' perspective, just my own children have said, I wish you hadn't ever let me get Snapchat. I wish that.
Oh, really?
Later. Absolutely. Because you're always comparing. You're always on. There's no downtime. There's always this, I didn't get a like. I didn't get a, it's constant, and there's no ability for them to turn that off. We could turn it off.
Yeah.
I still turn it off. I take my watch off, I charge my phone, and I walk away on the weekends. And they don't necessarily do that as much. I don't know. I think there's that. I don't know.
I hear you, because like in the 80s, there were no cell phones. There was, I mean, you could talk trash about a friend, but it couldn't get blasted everywhere
Yeah.
for everyone to see.
And then perpetuity on the internet.
Even in the early aughts, when I was a teenager, right, we had AIM Messenger.
Oh.
And that was like the very beginning of T9 cell phones, you know?
Okay.
So we had more access to one another. But it wasn't anything like it is now. Like, people can share their location with you on your phone, and you know where your best friend is all the time. And
my kids use that more than I do now. They want to know where I am. And I find that is weird.
I don't know, it feels kind of comforting. Like, they care about you. I don't know.
No, they want to know if I'm going to be able to get them something to eat. That's
okay.
Oh, are you stopping by Starbucks? You know, that's truly what it is.
I'll take a mocha frappuccino.
Yeah. It's weird, though, because I was of the generation to where, like you said, we went out and we came home when it got dark. I didn't drag around a water bottle with me all day long. Heaven forbid my child doesn't have their water and access to their hydration at any point. I would find a garden hose.
Right.
That's how feral I was. Yeah.
Now, see, I think that's where I've done that. I have done that because I'm like, oh, you know, we don't drink out of a garden hose because one time mommy saw a video where the water could be 145 degrees and you could burn your mouth. Or we don't drink out of a water hose because these chemicals are made in the hose and the water sits in the hose, and then you put those forever chemicals in your body.
Yep.
So like at some point,
I have those forever chemicals in my body.
Right, me too. But at some point I have to ask myself, like, have I fear-mongered my own children?
I did. I know I did a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That makes me feel really
I guess
sad.
you could equate it to some of the things that our parents feared into us too. I mean,
True.
What I know. Those German stories, they're scary. So I never told my kids anything like that because I didn't want to scare them. I didn't want them to be scared of something that wasn't real and use that as a way to force their hand on performing well or being good kids or having good behavior. So instead, what I did was take real world scenarios and scare them with those.
Yeah.
So either way,
We're traumatizing our children.
Yeah. But our parents did it too.
how do I do this right? Will you tell me? You guys are 10 years older than me. How do I do this right?
I don't think I'm doing it right either.
This is another thing that came out of this conversation. Can you tell us what your oldest daughter said? She said to you, like, when your youngest was upset or something, and she's like, hey, they're just figuring this out.
Oh, yeah. She said it's their first time being parents, too. Like,
That is so smart.
like, oh, gosh, I just love you. And you know what? She's right. Because, I mean, granted, we do have 4 kids, so it's our 4th time with him. But, you know, she recognizes that as parents, you need a little bit of grace, too. And I appreciate
So
that.
true.
First off, how smart and emotionally resilient is she to be able to like conceptualize that concept?
It's totally because I raised her that way.
She's the oldest daughter. Sure.
I know.
But then Sarah and I were talking also from a totally different perspective, and not that I want this podcast to be an hour long, but from a totally different perspective about how siblings can be raised in the same house and still experience things so
Yeah.
differently.
Yeah,
Like, because you have one sibling
I do.
and she had a totally different childhood, right?
And we're only 15 months apart, so
That's
our
crazy.
experiences were. I mean, we were mixed up as twins all of the time because we were pretty close. Like, there's a time where we're 1 year apart. For 3 months, we're 2 years apart. But I mean, yeah, like there are things that she will tell me. I'm like, that happened, like, and part of that is a trauma response,
Right.
and part of that is just like, yeah, we had all the same experiences. We always together. It was just the 2 of us and our mom, and wherever we were, or it was the 2 of us and my grandma and my grandpa. But we were always in a completely different experience.
Remember things so different.
So then what am I supposed to do with that? Like, as a parent, and I'm not trying to say, because
No.
I think that there are very much times where you did not get what you deserved, 100%. And I'm not trying to take any heat off of any of the adults in your situation, but
It made me resilient.
At 100%, but also at what cost?
Sure.
And as a parent, how am I making sure that all of my kids are having a good childhood? Because I have 3, and I'm like, if listening to your stories and even thinking about back on my childhood, my siblings remember things very differently than I do. And I'm like, how do I give all 3 of you?
Yeah.
I guess either way, you're just going to mess it up.
Can you just let the podcast
Absolutely.
know? Okay.
Well, I will say I do have a good relationship with my mom. We still speak. My sister and I still talk. I mean, we still have a great relationship with my mom, and she's very much present in the way that we need her now. And my boys my older one especially, will constantly check in and say, "Hey, Mom, I see you. You're doing great. I know this is really hard right now."
Oh my God, I love that.
And he's 27, and he'll see me at my worst when, we're going through a really rough time right now, and we need each other as a family. And I guess that's the other thing. It's like we're falling apart as a family, yet we're pulling together as a family.
That's all I want. That's what I want.
Things are falling apart.
Intelligence.
We are
right there.
We are picking each other up.
Yeah.
I am divorced, and we're working together to do what's best for our son that has a health need and a disability, and all 5 of us are pulling together for him. And that's how I know you did a good job.
Yep.
Your parent, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
You can
no
no
matter-
matter at the end of the day, and
Yeah. And you guys do that really well.
Yeah.
Like you're able to like have a conversation. And again, this is not a like dog on your parents session at all, but like my biological parents cannot communicate. I mean, they can,
but
but I don't think they ever really do it effectively.
Right.
And the way that you and your ex-husband can come together and have like really intense conversations, I'm just impressed.
Well,
It's got to take a lot from both of
the
you.
subject is our son.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Yep. There you go.
So anyway, but yeah, we are gonna screw it up, and we're gonna screw them up, but we're also gonna.
And every generation is going to have a new set of issues and problems and hurdles that they have to work through.
Oh, yeah. Imagine these Gen Alpha kids with their AI.
Yeah.
Right.
What kind of conversation are they going to have? Like, I gave my kid an AI for emotional resilience, and now they're dependent. And
Yeah.
what were our parents like? And
My gosh.
do you think that every generation has this conversation?
Yeah.
I can't be self-centered enough to think that this is just us.
No way.
I would hope not. I would hope that I'm sure this has been happening since the
Dawn of time.
Yep.
I bet they were sitting around the fire after they gathered their berries and
they were like,
Well,
did you see women are wearing pants now?
Well, this is what I've heard.
I want that loincloth.
Women would quilt in their quilting and sewing circles, and these are the things they would talk about.
But at the same time, those women in the quilting sewing circles were parenting all the children.
They were parenting all the children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they were sharing parenting tips amongst.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what you're saying is we should start quilting.
Yeah, or having those Tupperware parties.
Yes,
That's where they passed along all the secret knowledge that they had.
for a different activity, but
Oh, no.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Some wine.
A wine and sip.
Oh, okay. I was like, bunk.
Oh,
Sorry.
paint and sip.
Paint and sip.
Mm.
Pampered chef.
No,
Like,
just the wine night.
see,
But I read a book, and I know that's really surprising, but that said that those women who did those Tupperware parties, that's when they would get together and really like pass information about each other's husbands or like helping people. Like that was their own underground railroad, their Tupperware parties.
And the quilting.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and the quilting for sure.
we don't do that kind of stuff. Like
We don't get that community anymore. And again, even within the disability community, a smaller subsect, like it's so divisive.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
And
divisive.
it's like people always want that community, but then
They also tear it apart at the same time. And again, I'm not talking about anyone in particular, but let's just take autism, for example.
Yeah.
And my kids are autistic, so I feel highly qualified to talk about this. But the community's like, I mean, gosh, I've seen posts where people are like, considering doing ABA or whatever the case may be. And parents will come in there and like, ABA destroyed my child. You must not love your child if you want. And I'm like, what?
Oh.
no parent is considering something like that if there's not some love and care.
Yes, exactly. I think at the end of the day, everybody loves their kid and is doing whatever they think is best for their kid. And I just wish people would
support that.
As long as you're not hurting anybody else.
Yeah. And it's fine to have an opinion. Just say,
absolutely,
work for my child, here's why, and leave it alone.
And see, if someone's asking you for advice,
right,
that's when you give the advice, but you don't have to tack on the extraneous,
it's not love your child.
Exactly. Like, why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was unnecessary.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're just all trying to make it from breakfast to bedtime.
You're right.
For sure. And then maybe sleep through the night.
Yeah.
I hear that happen.
That's a bonus.
I hear that happen sometimes. No. It doesn't happen. Because
because he's trying to pull his trach out in the middle of the night. Or, he's,
or my child peed in their bed and then came in and peed in mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
All those things.
That could happen in my world too.
Yep.
Anyhow. Well,
I hope
another day.
There we go.
Another day, another problem solved.
The feral kids have raised some children.
I'm not going to say they're not feral.
I just love that I just realized that I'm closer in age to Boston than I am to you. Happy birthday to me.
How old did you just turn?
Today I turned 36.
Wow.
He's 27, so 9 years.
9 years to him and 12 years to you.
Yeah.
10, 11, 12, 13. 3. I need the abacus. I'm 3 years closer to him than I am to you. That's freaking wild.
Wow.
That's absolutely crazy talk.
Well,
no. I'm closer to you.
I'm just glad he doesn't have any children.
Oh, man.
That's another thing. I can't imagine my kids raising kids.
I know.
Yeah. Add on to this. Now, when we're going to be grandparents, what the heck are we going to do?
My best friend is dealing with that right now. Her daughter just had a baby, and it is different.
It's different times. Huh?
It is so different. Don't hold
we have
it
to
like
keep our
that.
mouth shut.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
Yes, she does.
Yeah. We're not going to be able to. Ooh, that's going to be a hard one.
Really? I feel like it's your kid. I'll just tell me what you want me to do.
I feel like, I don't know. Is this her daughter?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Oh, see, that's a different dynamic altogether.
Yeah.
When your daughter has a child, I want to be like, give me that kid.
Yeah.
It's mine now.
I guess I want my daughter to ask me for
advice. Yeah, no.
Oh, no. She's got it in a parenting book, in a TikTok.
Oh, in the TikTok.
It's the TikTok.
In the
baby center group.
You guys, it's so different than when
I know.
had him.
Even when I had my last one, because he's 12 and I have a 20-year-old. So that tells you a little bit of the gap. It was completely.
We didn't do a gender reveal. We didn't know phones. We didn't have
push presents.
No, we didn't. We didn't make baskets for our nursing, like the labor and delivery staff. Like, I think social media has taken some of this stuff, and it is making these new parents feel so less than
unreasonable expectations.
And unreasonable that it is. It is setting such a high expectation for these young moms that I don't even know how.
You know what I wish I hadn't have done? I wish I hadn't have made being a mother my entire personality. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what social media.
Yeah.
And if I felt that way at 36, like, what are these new moms? I'm old, right? But like, what are these 22, 23?
It is their entire personality.
Especially ones that are doing it alone, on their own.
Yeah, that's devastating.
I'm seeing some of the girls that I used to coach, and they're on their own with these babies.
It's hard.
And then they don't have the social nets, the community supports. There's none of that.
And I see the beauty of what I'm seeing in their postings, but I'm not.
And I
wonder what it's like.
Yeah, you want to believe that that's what it's behind.
I do. I really do.
Close to it.
That's what I tell my kids all the time. And again, like, I'm trying to say it young. Like, you cannot believe anything you see on social media. Number one, first and foremost, in this day and age, it could be AI. Like, it's probably Sora 2 or whatever.
I
believe nothing.
Nothing.
And number two, that person that I just watched talking about how beautiful their house is and how clean their room is, they pushed that pile of laundry out of the way before they started filming. Like, I have to tell myself that stuff every
No, for
time.
my own sake too, because I'm like,
Move the sleeping bag to their bed.
100%. They let their dog, and then they get back on their camera and they yell, "Ellie, get off the couch."
yeah,
Spoken from experience.
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not all rainbows and
Creating
butterflies.
this false
Yeah.
sense of reality.
So that's where I think at the end of the day, yes, social media is a disservice because it makes everyone try to live up to the Joneses or the Smiths or whoever your neighbor is, right? You want to be exactly like that picture perfect that they have posted on Instagram. But if my other window's open, you know that it's not like that, right? But know that
for sure.
it's not.
My favorites are A Day in the Real World.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what is, it's not always ugly, but it's not always beautiful either.
So,
And I feel so much kinship to those new mom videos where they're like, here's my 4 diapers from last night because I didn't want to get up last night and throw the diapers away. So they're all right here on the floor. And I'm like, please share more of that.
Cup of
thank
Gulp
you.
from the gas station.
100%.
I want to see that versus that your newborn is all dressed in white and there's not a stain on them. I'm like, that is not real life. Ow.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
But then another part of the problem becomes that the more you linger on those videos, the more that you like them, the more that your feed is flooded with that. And then you miss out on the other parts of life because the algorithm is so curated.
Yeah.
And then I try to tell my kids that, and they're like, "Mom, you're just an old woman. Go lay down and read a book. Go knit.
Go ash your hair.
Go bake some bread."
Yeah. Oh, I made bread.
I could never bake bread.
I made some yesterday.
You got a sourdough starter for me?
Ice cream bread?
It was 2-ingredient ice cream bread. So it was ice cream and self-rising flour.
What in the Depression era cooking is ice cream bread?
Just that. It is very Depression era cooking. It was fun. It was a fun little
But how is it ice cream, though?
So it's just a full fat. It's just
because it doesn't have any ice.
Use any,
and it doesn't have any cream.
So it's just you're using the fat from the ice cream.
Wow.
Essentially.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm with you now.
Good. I'm glad we got there.
God, it took a long
water pie. So
that, you know what?
From the Depression.
That actually looked like something you could actually eat.
She did eat it. You just water pie. It came from the Depression.
It was just pie
with water.
But the way that they mixed it, and it was thicker. It was a thicker substance.
And it was butter, water, and sugar, and then a pie crust. And it looked like custard. I don't know.
My algorithm had the Mountain Dew pie all weekend.
Oh, that Baja Blast pie from Taco Bell.
Yes, it's $20. It was a Baja Blast pie.
Wow.
It had a lot of artificial flavoring and coloring and
Wow.
So
You know what? Your kid ate.
What?
If you ate that pie this weekend, you ate.
Yep.
And your belly is full.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there are so many worse things that could have happened. But that pie looks like my stomach would be so upset all night long.
If my child had that pie, the neighbors would know. They'd be like, what's that noise coming from my house? That humming, buzzing. And then, so I did not have
Oh my gosh.
Any parting thoughts?
You're doing all right.
Yeah, everybody's gonna be doing the best they can do. And hopefully the next generation will figure it all out for us. Just kidding.
If not, it's gonna be like Idiocracy.
Or maybe the aliens are coming.
Maybe.
And the aliens will teach us how to that 3-eye atlas or whatever.
What?
What do you mean what? What are your guys' TikTok feeds?
I don't.
The comet or whatever that's coming towards the Earth that people think could ostensibly be an alien ship because of what it's made of and whatever.
Okay. But it has 3 eyes?
No. Anytime they name an interplanetary thing, and I'm not. Yeah. Like the letter I.
3 eyes. The all-seeing eyes.
She thought I was talking about like Greek mythology. You remember 3-Eye Atlas, right? That guy.
I did. Like I envisioned it and everything. Like it was. She was purple.
A one-eyed, one-horn, fine purple people eater. See, look at this. This is a perfect example of social media content and algorithms, because y'all have heard nothing about this. And I'm ready to be like, you remember from Independence Day and Mars Attacks, those people that are waiting in Nevada with the hats?
Yeah.
I'm like, calling
you.
Come on now.
Oh my. We'll be like, where is she?
I got a kid you would love to meet.
No, they would beam him back. They'd be like, we're good. We're actually fine.
I thought you were coming here to teach me how to parent. Thank you so much, everyone out there, for listening in. And know that if you are in Idaho or planning on moving to Idaho and have questions on systems or services for children with disabilities, please consider reaching out to us on our website at IPUL Idaho. That's IPUL Idaho.org. Or by calling us at 208-342-5884. Be sure to tune in next time. Until then, this has been Unlimited Parenting.
Thanks for listening.